All right, thank you for joining us for our first speaker series event of the semester. Today we have with us Libby Jenkins from the Cuyahoga County Veteran Service Commission. She's a veteran service officer and is here to tell us about VA benefits and navigating the VA system. All right, so Libby, thank you for joining us today.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for asking. So first of all, I'm just going to kind of go over some information about our office and where we're located. A lot of times veterans aren't aware of the benefits that they're entitled to, or who to reach out to, or who to ask questions, or maybe not even yourself. Maybe you have a family member or a friend who may be eligible for veterans benefits. So we are the Cuyahoga County Veterans Service Commission. Years ago, it used to be called Soldiers and Sailors. On this first slide, you'll see our name and phone number, as well as our website to reach out to us. Should I just go switch? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. We are a county agency, so our budget comes from tax dollars. It comes from millage and property taxes that are paid in the county. There are 88 counties throughout the state of Ohio. Ohio is very fortunate to have veteran service commissions in each of their counties. If you check with different veterans across the country, they struggle to find places to go or people to help them with their veterans benefits. Where we're right here locally, we offer any assistance with VA benefits, filing for service-connected compensation. That means if a veteran had a disability, an injury, or illness that began while they were on active duty, that they have a current diagnosis for, we can assist them in filing a claim for service-connected compensation. We also file for non-service connected pension. That's a benefit that's offered to war era veterans age 65 and older, or who are permanently and totally disabled or unable to work, or their income is below an income threshold. I believe it's $1,160 a month this year. So we can assist with that. Survivor's pension, if you know of a widow that's out in the community, or a family member, maybe her husband, or it could be vice versa. The veteran could have been, female, and it could be the husband. Maybe they need assistance for aid and attendance, for help with their activities of daily living, or they're in an assisted living facility, or they have a caregiver coming to the house. If that veteran was active duty during a war period and honorably discharged, and they meet an income threshold, there's a lot of qualifications for it. Their net worth has to be below $130,000. Which doesn't include their home, but we can assist them in securing a survivor's pension, which can allow them to stay in an assisted living facility or stay at home. DIC, dependent indemnity compensation, that's for widows of veterans who pass away from service-connected disabilities, from a disability that they incurred while they were on active duty. So we can help with all of these benefits. It's very difficult to file claims to the VA. They have different things in place, such as e-benefits, where you can go on and submit things, but it's always good to hook up with a service officer that has the knowledge to know exactly how to fill the forms out, what evidence is needed to get the claim granted, quickly and efficiently. So those are some of the things that we do. We also help with memorial affairs, headstones and markers. All veterans that were in the service for at least 24 months after 1980 are eligible for a VA headstone or marker, or interment in the National Cemetery. We do presidential memorial certificates for families. We assist with education benefits, healthcare enrollment. That's actually how I became a veteran service officer. I was working in Ashtabula County. I had been hired as the mail person there, and the people from the Veteran Service Commission kept coming up and getting mail, and I was like, what do you do for the veterans? What do you do for the veterans? Because I was a veteran, but I was never really told of any benefits that I was entitled to. And so the first thing that really got me started was filling out a 1010 EZ to get enrolled in the VA health care and into the VHA. So the VHA offers awesome health care. I mean, I would choose it over civilian health care any day, but we help with enrollment of that. Just letting people know if they're eligible, or you should always apply for something if you're not sure. Let them tell you that you're not eligible. The VSC, which is us, the Cuyahoga County Veterans Service Commission, also offers emergency financial assistance. If a veteran has a hardship and they need assistance with rent or utilities, food, clothing, things of that nature, and they have an honorable discharge, they were in the service, you know, for a certain period of time, long enough to obtain an MOS, or they're service connected and they need assistance, it's very easy to obtain a household verification form, which is the form that we use to apply for assistance. It can be obtained off of our website, and you just gather the documents that are on the back, prove your financial hardship, and you can apply at our main office. We offer transportation to VA medical appointments. We have to have a good ID, whether it's a Ohio ID or a state ID, as well as a copy of your DD-214, something showing residence, whether it's an electric bill or a lease or something showing that you're a resident of the county, and indigent burials. So this is a huge program. If someone passes away and they're a veteran and the family doesn't have the money to take care of them, or to take care of, you know, their final burial, they can apply for assistance through our agency as long as there was no life insurance or anything like that. It's everything that you could need in a burial is included in that. But that's another thing that our office offers. So our normal business hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. We do not go by appointments. Generally, we would have locations at Parma, Seabach, as well as Wade Park VA Medical Center. And we would also have a person inside the CRRC at 7000 Euclid. But due to the pandemic, like anything else, March of last year, all of us came back to the main office, and we're all working out of the main office. We rotate weekly. Our staff is split in half. So half works remotely, half works in the office, and then we switch back and forth. So when we're not in the office, we can be, you know, reached by phone, by email. We can still submit claims, download information. This contact information just gives our street address of where we're located, the 1849 Prospect Avenue, Suite 150 in Cleveland. It's across from the Woolstein Center. It also says across from CSU. And then those are our phone numbers. The email address, if you wanted to send an email, is that vscinfo@Cuyahoga. I don't know what's behind there. Just cuyahogacounty.us. Cuyahogacounty.us. And then cuyahoga-vets.org is our main page for any information that you wanted to know about our office. So then we'll go back to the other screen. Do I just hit? I go to the top and go share?
Oh, you can just stop sharing.
Does anybody have any questions about the slides or information?
Partial.
Oh, let's see. Is it green?
Yeah, it's green. It's the green one.
Okay.
Where it says new share. You
This
just
one?
hover over it.
Okay.
So you get, and then
Okay.
you just pause the share.
Okay. There we go.
And then stop
Sorry.
share right there. See the
Okay.
stop. You stop. And then you back.
Sorry.
No,
I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie. I
looks good.
apologize.
Yeah, I know you kind of touched on it, but I was just curious how anyone can become a veteran service officer. Like, how would I do that if?
Yeah, if you go to our webpage, there's a portion on there where you can, we're always accepting applications. We just hired some new people recently, but you can definitely, like, I know other counties are always hiring, but you can come to our page you could probably even search it, you know, if you were looking to go anywhere.
It's in the forms.
It's under
Okay, so
forms?
it's under forms.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Are you county
Recent-
employee?
It's under forms on our page, on
Okay,
our, yeah,
I'll look that up.
that you can apply. And really, you have to be a veteran, you have to be honorably discharged. Those are the qualifications. I mean, it does ask, the more education you have, the better.
Mhm.
As far as, does it ask for a degree and,
Yeah, but you know, I got
Experience.
experience comes into play.
yeah,
too, because,
experience in lieu
I
of
don't have my degree.
Yeah.
but-
education, so. Yeah, I've been a service officer for 19 years
Oh, wow.
now, so I definitely catch myself like far behind the times in technology, you know? But the VA right now, due to the pandemic, there's a lot of claims that have been filed with the VA for veterans. I don't want to say older veterans, but veterans whose claims weren't digitized.
Oh,
And they're unable to go to those record centers that were closed down in March of last year. The VA stored their records there, so they've been unable to obtain those records to move forward with processing those claims. So that's been a huge, you know, hiccup for the VA, especially with widows claims or DIC claims for widows who are in need of benefits, or, you know, they've lost their husbands and now they've lost their husband's income and they've applied for these benefits. So, you know, the struggle is real when it comes to trying to come out of this hole that they're under and get those claims decided. But for people that were recently discharged from the service that are filing claims, the main thing you always just need is an injury or illness that happened while you were on active duty. And then you have to have a current diagnosis of that disability, you know, whatever it was. You have to have something currently diagnosed, and then you need a nexus between the two. You need a link between the two. And with those things all there, with those elements all there, there should be no problem in filing a service-connected claim. The VA will obtain your service medical records. We always want to submit the DD 214, and wherever you're getting medical treatment at that shows the current diagnosis, we just try to do fully developed claims to assist veterans in getting their claims granted quickly.
that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else has questions, but if they don't, I was curious about the headstones. Are they at no cost to the veterans?
Yes, they're at no cost to the veteran. And they have different kinds. They have, I think, like if you were to Google 40-1330, that's the form number for the headstones, but
40?
it gives you 40-1330. It gives you the different types. They do flat, like a flat bronze, a flat granite. They do a stand-up granite, a stand-up bronze, I believe a stand-up bronze, but they give you different choices. There's also medallions that can be placed on, like if a person already had a headstone, maybe a medallion could be placed on there. Also, if somebody went into a mausoleum, there could be a niche that could go on the mausoleum.
Hmm.
So, I mean, and those have rose, they've gotten so much more expensive. I can remember in the early 2000s, it was like $130 to replace one of those headstones. And like the last time I checked, it was like $1,500 for a bronze flat headstone. So,
Wow.
you know, and sometimes they'll, like the family will get a headstone and then they'll order them, they'll refer to it as a marker sometimes. They'll get that and use it at the foot of the grave, or maybe have it attached to the back of the headstone. I don't know what their rules are currently. I know there was a spot on the application where it said, is the grave currently marked? You know, so I'm not sure, like, if they're tightening up and only issuing those if the grave isn't marked.
Mhm.
But have you ever seen a video on Rittman before? Like, have you ever been to Rittman or seen a video
No,
on Rittman?
is that,
That's the national burial, like
Okay.
the burial cemetery. So like everything inside the gates is free. So like the family doesn't have to worry about paying for anything inside the gates as far as opening and closing of the grave, the plot, the headstone, the ceremony, you know, the care of the grave for the rest of eternity, you know, is always taken care of. But I mean, it's beautiful. Like I always thought I wanted to be buried somewhere locally until I watched a video or went to the website and seen the video that they play there.
Oh.
And it's pretty amazing. It's like Arlington.
okay, I'll look that up.
Yeah.
It's a very
Another,
nice ceremony.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Another thing is the Sandusky home, the Ohio Veterans Home. That's another thing. I think, like living in Ashtabula, I always thought Sandusky seemed so far away. But so many times families have people that, you know, a grandfather or someone that maybe needs to go into a nursing home or needs some kind of nursing care and they don't have the funds to pay for it. Sometimes maybe the only option is going on Medicaid, you know, and going to a local nursing home where there's a couple, 2 or 3 people in a room and it's, you know, not that great of a living experience for them. But veterans that were in active duty during a war period are eligible for, they have all kinds of care at the Ohio Veterans Home in Sandusky. I mean, they have domiciliary care, they have assisted living care, they have, you know, all kinds of things. Again, with the pandemic going on, you know, getting in there at this time would be shady. You know, I don't know what their procedure is, but we've gone on a lot of tours there and that's a very nice place to check out for veterans. You know, it really fits for some people.
Nice. Well, does anyone else have any questions? I know I kind of did mine real quick.
I guess I would also like just say again, like how we're doing, how we're not doing face-to-face interviews at this time, but that hasn't slowed down what we're able to do for veterans. So, you know, they can come to our office. We have a waiting room. We have drop boxes for both financial assistance and for service connected. They can, you know, drop everything that they have in an envelope and then it's assigned to a service officer and they would be taken care of. You know, we open them the next day. Those things that go in the box on one day would be handed over to somebody the next day. So, you know, it works pretty good actually, you know.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it works better than we thought it would. You know, we might even like transition to doing some of our work like that from now on, because you could be a little bit more productive sometimes if you're not caught in, you know, conversations. My office is generally out at Wade Park, you know, and between those 3 facilities, there was 8,000 patient contacts a day with veterans. So there was a huge amount of, you know, traffic.
Yeah.
So yeah. And the traffic has let up in those facilities, you know, but I think it's starting to come back a little bit, you know, it's starting to come around with vaccines and people coming back to work there.
Well, that's good to hear also. Well, if there aren't any more questions and you don't have anything else to add, thank you for joining us today.
Okay, thank
Sir,
you.
hold up. I do have one more question. Sorry. I was eating. I couldn't. It was loud. So last year when the pandemic started, I called your office a few times to check on the help, and I knew there was limited funding for limited things. Has and I know since it's a public funded agency, has it changed since then, or is it still case by case basis when it comes to like aid, like for rent or stuff like that?
I was referring to the threshold, but it's.
Okay, are you referring to when our guidelines changed for accepting financial assistance applications because of a certain income?
I believe so. No, it might have been due at the beginning of the pandemic. It could have been in March. I called and um one of your officers said that answered the phone said that your funding ran out pretty quickly. That's what I'm referring to.
That our funding went out, is it for financial assistance that you're questioning?
Yes.
Yeah, no, not that, I mean, we did at one point put, management put in a threshold that if a veteran made over a certain amount of money, we weren't accepting applications. It was just, they just lifted that. So regardless of what your income is, if you are having a financial hardship, you should, get that household verification form in with the documentation and whatever it is that you're requesting.
Awesome. And another thing, I know that your office also does the paperwork for the Cuyahoga County after service bonus.
Yes.
So I have applied for that, but I cannot find my DD 214 at the moment, and I need that to fill that out. It's the DD 214s are accessible through the VA website, correct?
Yes, and it's very likely that if you came to the office and filled out a form stating you were requesting your DD 214, we could find it for you. I mean,
Oh.
Are you receiving VA benefits at this time?
Yes, that's how I'm doing work study as well.
Yeah, chances are very great, like I would say 98% chance that we could get your DD 214 from you from the VBA without a problem, without you having to hunt it down.
Actually, I'm on campus right now, so probably can I just come by since I'm on campus?
Yeah, we could help you with the bonus paperwork too. Are you having a problem with the bonus paperwork, or you just need your DD 214 to determine your dates?
Well, it was the dates, but I kind of got stuck because of that. So if I can just do it today, that'll be perfect. And I can just pass by.
Do you qualify for the MRF grant? Do you know? Have you heard of the MRF grant?
The MRF grant. I don't know. Is that the either 500 or above bonus?
Right, that's the one that's 500. It's 500 one time. But like, you had to be in Afghanistan, you had to have an injury that occurred and was service connected there, or be granted PTSD due to combat.
Awesome.
So, but you just come to our office and fill out a form and we'll figure it all out from there.
Perfect. I'll walk right by then.
Okay. These few. Are you coming now?
Yes, I'm on campus. So I know exactly what you guys saw. For those of you guys that don't know, they are located behind school. There's a little center.
Oh, okay, he's not far at all.
Hey, are you near Chili's? That's funny.
Yes, I am.
It looks nice out there.
Yeah.
It's warmer than it was this morning, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I need some of the snow to melt.
I do have a quick question. This is George Ackerman. I'm the vet rep at Cleveland State.
Hi there.
Haven't had a chance to meet you, Libby. I used to work with Adam a lot.
Hi, yes.
Hi. Have you heard anything new about the burn pit registry and what's going on? My understanding is the new administration is going to be looking at maybe making that a presumptive. Have you
I know
heard
that
anything?
I have not. I have not. I've seen some emails come through about burn pit, but, or I just seen one recently come through, but I do not know. But I could definitely find out and let you know. We haven't been given any formal, notification that there are presumptives of it.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I know they have the registry going at the hospital, but I don't know, obviously, if they're going to move forward with that. So that'd be
Right.
good information.
Okay, what is the contact number for you?
You can just get me at george.ackerman@va.gov.
Okay. Yeah, I'll find out and let you know.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Do you do a lot of Zooms?
All the time.
Do you?
I don't know about anyone else in here, George, but yeah, we operate this front desk 9 to 5 every day, and just take drop in.
Yeah.
But outside of that, classes and other information sessions, just constantly on Zoom.
Nice.
All right.
Well, I
Well,
hope that I covered like the main things of what we do. The main message is if you're unsure or you don't know, or if you have somebody that you have a question about, then reach out to us. Let us try to hook you up with benefits that are out there that somebody might be entitled to.
yeah, thank you so much. That was very helpful. We'll put the links to your website when we post the video.
Yeah, and don't let anybody pay for any VA stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I had a veteran come to me, well, it was a family actually, came recently and they had paid, somebody like $1,500 to help them file a VA claim, in a speedy manner. But then it didn't work out. And so they, called here asking for help. So it just breaks my heart that people would charge people for benefits that they're eligible for,
Yeah.
So come and see us. There's all kinds of referrals and places we can get people to for different needs or different things.
That's great. Thank you.